3 simple rules for doubling consonants in English.
Okay, so let's start with the 3 rules that I want to share with you today. I will start by difficulty level, starting with the most simple rule first. So the first one is the Floss Rule. And it goes like this. When a one-syllable word ends in F, L, S, or the letter Z, double the final F, L, S, or Z when they are preceded by a short vowel sound. We call this rule the Floss Rule because the word floss actually follows this rule, and it includes the letters F, L, and S, which help us remember the rule. The letter Z is actually not in the word floss, but it still follows the rule. Few examples of words that follow the Floss Rule are of, cuff, doll, kiss, mass, jazz. Okay, very simple rule, easy to introduce, to explain, to maybe even first graders when we are teaching spelling. Are there exceptions to the rule? Of course there are. Fortunately, for most of the exceptions that we have to the Floss Rule, there is a reason behind it that is pretty simple to explain. So, first of all, we have words like was, his, or is. Why is it that these words do not double the S? Well, if you listen closely, was, his, is, you'll realize that the sound that the letter S is making is not S, but Z, the sound of the letter Z. That happens in some English words that finish with the letter S. I won't go into detail here as to why it happens, but what you have to remember is that these words do not follow the Floss Rule. Then we have words like bus or gas. Why don't we double the letter S? This is because they are not real words actually. They are short for longer words, autobus and gasoline respectively. Then we have words like chef. Why don't we double the F here? Well, this is actually a borrowed word from French and we didn't even bother to change the spelling. Then we have words like cats, cups, hats, cuts, hops, skips. Okay, the first 3 are plural words ending in S. These are not going to follow the Floss Rule either. And the same goes for the present tense verbs ending in S. Cuts, hops, skips. And finally, you have the real exceptions. They simply do not follow the rule. If, pal, and yes are the 3 most common words that do not follow the Floss Rule when they should. Okay, our next rule is for when we have double consonants in the middle of a 2-syllable word. So let's take a look at a few examples. Okay, why do we double consonants here? Okay, the reason why we do this is to actually close the first syllable. This is the first syllable. Closed syllables, if you don't know, end up with a consonant as opposed to open syllables that end up with a vowel. In closed syllables, vowels say their short sound, a, e, o, o. On the other hand, in open syllables, vowels say their long sound, that is their name. So we need to close the first syllable, rab, so we can actually read this word, rabbit, as opposed to rabbit. See here, we normally split up the word over here into 2 syllables and this therefore would be read rabbit. It happens exactly the same here. If we only had one consonant with a split over here, and this would actually be read diner, and that's actually a real word. This would be read kiten, and this would be read maiden, okay? So we have this double consonant to close the first syllable, so these vowels can say their short sound. Okay, the last rule for doubling consonants that I want to share with you today is if a one-syllable word ends with a short vowel followed by a consonant, when adding the suffixes ing and ed, we need to double the consonant. So first word, Does it follow the two requisites that we need for doubling the consonant P? Let's ask ourselves two questions. Is it a one-syllable word? Yes, it is. Question number 2, does it end with a consonant? Yes, which is preceded by a short vowel sound. Yes, so we need to double the P. This goes hopping with double P, and this is hoped with double P. Next word, let's ask ourselves the same questions. Does it follow with a consonant? Yes, it does. Is it preceded by a short vowel sound? Yes, it is. So this goes like this. Winning. And well, in this case, the ed suffix doesn't apply because we don't say wind, we say won because it is an irregular verb. Okay, next one, sit. Same questions here. Does it finish with a consonant? Yes, it does. Is it preceded by a short vowel sound? Yes, it is. So, sitting, we double the consonant T, and again the ed suffix doesn't apply in this case because it is again an irregular verb. Sound. Okay, what about jump? Does it finish with a consonant? Yes, it does. Is it preceded by a short vowel sound? No, it's not. It's preceded by another consonant, so the rule doesn't apply. So it is jumping and jumped with only one consonant. Okay, why this rule, you may be wondering, is just a whim of the English language, or is there some logic to it as well as there was with the previous rule? Okay, let's see. What would happen if we didn't double the P in hop? It would be spelled something like this. And how do we read this? Hoping, right? From the verb to hope. A completely different word, a completely different meaning. What about winning? Well, if we didn't add a double consonant, it would be read in like whining, okay? A different meaning, I know whining is spelled with WH, but you get the idea. Okay, I guess you understand by now why we need to double the consonants. So basically, we need to double these consonants at the end to distinguish the ing form of hope from the ing form of hope, the ing form of win from the ing form of wine, even though I know in this case there's an H as well there, etc., etc. So I hope you found value on this video. If you like this type of content, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Bye and see you soon.